0.1%, but that's because so many Americans dropped out of the workforce. That weak jobs report, combined with news out today that U.S. factory orders took a dive in August, has a lot of Wall Streeters thinking the Fed will hold off on raising rates, possibly for a few more months. Walmart laying off 450 workers at its Arkansas headquarters. And Chick-fil-A, with nearly 2,000 chicken restaurants nationwide, will open up its very first location in New York City starting tomorrow. Of course, it's closed on Sunday. Tom Busby, CNBC Radio.
Flu season's on the way, but there are steps you can take now to be prepared, like getting your flu shot. And Walmart makes it simple. Just walk in anytime to get your flu shot from one of our certified pharmacists. No appointment necessary. To make it even easier, we accept most insurance plans. A flu shot's your best shot at staying healthy this flu season. And Walmart can make taking that simple step easier than ever.
Some immunizations may not be available in all locations due to state law restrictions on pharmacist-administered immunizations. Age restrictions may apply.
If you feel like online dating just won't work for you, try EH+. EH Plus is a new personal matchmaking service by eHarmony, and it far exceeds what regular online dating sites can do. One-on-one attention from a PhD matchmaker, amazing singles, and guaranteed introductions we know are perfect for you. Visit us today at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-940-LOVE.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Good afternoon. It's 12:03. I'm Di Rice with the very latest in live local news here on KCAA 1050 AM. A top-ranked Riverside County youth football team is looking for ways to get back in its league after being expelled following a fight in the stands during a weekend game in San Diego County. One representative from the Inland Empire Ducks said the organization is mulling options in the wake of the incident, which occurred at a San Diego youth football and cheer game involving its 14 and under team Saturday, September 27th at Otay Ranch High School. No players were involved, but officials stopped the game because parents were fighting in the stands. Police came, no arrests were made, but the league's zero-tolerance policy has been cited as the reason both teams, as a matter of fact, were expelled. And two of the region's largest cities have scored among the nation's worst for people with disabilities. Wallet Hub compared 150 populated cities across 3 dimensions, including economic development, quality of life, health care. When searching for a new city to call home, most people share a common list of priorities such as affordability, jobs, schools, attractions, but people with disabilities have a larger list of considerations. Factors such as the accessibility of various facilities, the quality of health care, and even the cleanliness of the air can take precedence over other concerns. Moreno Valley and San Bernardino ranked near the bottom at 147 and 148. Inland Empire weather. Just a few clouds out there. Highs 86 both today and tomorrow. Cooling down progressively as the weekend wears on. Chance of showers Sunday and Monday. Slim chance 30%, but still it remains there. Overnight lows tonight 61. Currently 80 degrees in San Bernardino. And there's a few accidents out there, so I know it's Friday. Be patient. And keep your eyes on the road. There's an accident on the 60 westbound right at Day Street as you make your way through Moreno Valley. And traffic is heavy on the 215 from Alessandro to the 60. Accident on the shoulder as well on the 10 freeway westbound at Mountain as you make your way through Upland. That is an injury crash, right shoulder. Take your time, be patient. It's going to put you behind about 11 minutes. And through Temecula, there is an accident blocking 2 lanes, and it involves a motorcyclist in the 2 right lanes, and that is on the off-ramp, so it's jammed from the 215 merge. And that is at the that is on the 15 southbound at Winchester Road. That is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind, KCAA 1050 AM.
Determination.
You can be intentional about your character, your work ethic.
You've got to be on the same page.
Today we're calling to let you know we are debt-free, house and everything.
You have done really, really, really good. And you're not going to quit now.
It's been a huge witness for us to be able to share that.
It was time to get serious.
Intentionality, people. Celebrate the success.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
This is your show, America.
If I knew at 22 what I know now, our life would be better off.
It's the show that's changing the world. Now you don't just listen to the show, you live it. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Dave Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. This is your show because we talk to you and about you. It's a free call at 888-825-5225. That's 888-825-5225. Richard is with us in Fresno. Hi, Richard. How are you?
I'm great, Dave. How are you today?
Better than I deserve. What's up in your world, sir?
So I'm 30 years old. My wife and I make in between $4,800 to $5,000 a month. We are debt-free, everything except for the house. Currently, I have a 4.25% interest rate on a 30-year fixed loan. The balance is about $158,000. I was wanting to get your opinion on if it was wise for me to refinance down to a 15-year fix. The interest rate that they've got me on is about 3.5.
Really?
It's going to cost me about $3,000 to do that.
Is your credit score bad?
It was rough when I was younger. It's coming back out of it. It's low 7, 715, 720.
Your quote's high. You need to go to Churchill Mortgage.
Okay.
3.5 on the 15-year today. I don't know when you got that quote, but today that's high. It's running from 3 to 3 1/8, 3 1/4, right in there, not 3.5. So anyway, you ought to save over 1% by refinancing here, and that's why you would refinance, not to go from the 30 to the 15. Although we're going to do that because we never take out more than a 15-year. But
Sure.
So while you're at it, you do that. But the 1% that you save is $1,500 a year on a $150,000 loan balance, right? And so if it costs you $3,000 to refinance, which it probably will, it's going to take you 2 years of interest savings to break even. And after that, you'll be making $1,500 a year more, or paying $1,500 a year less than you would have in interest before. So, yes, if you're going to keep this home longer than 2 years, in your case, you would refinance. Are you planning on staying in the home?
That I'm unsure of. I have the opportunity to move up to our corporate office and run a business that I'm currently running a branch of. And so that, a few things have to happen before I make that commitment. So I'm not quite, 100% sure which way I'm going to go with it.
I would want that decision to be made because that sounds like that's sooner than 2 years to me.
Okay.
I would want that decision to be made before you refinanced. Because here's the thing. If you spend $3,000 to refinance, and year one, you save $1,500 on interest. And then you sell the house. You lost $1,500 as a result of refinancing. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You'd have been $1,500 better off if you only keep the house a year. And it sounds like what you're talking about might go down inside of a year. Is that right?
It could possibly.
Okay.
So am I better off just staying where I'm at with things being so unsure and then just dumping extra money at the principal?
Yes.
In the short term?
Yes. Until you know. Once you know you're going to be in the home, and what you're doing here is what's called a break-even analysis. I'm giving you round numbers. If you want to do the exact numbers, get in touch with Churchill Mortgage, get the exact closing cost, and get the exact amount of interest you would save. And so if you move from 4.25 to 3, you said 4.25, didn't you? Is what you're at?
Yes.
If you move from 4.25 to 3, that's actually 1.25% times $158,422 or whatever it is. And you find out exactly what you're saving, and then you divide your cost by your savings, and that tells you when you're going to break even. Did that make sense?
Understand, yes, sir.
So you can do that, and then you can say, all right, if I know I'm going to be here at least that long, then refinancing is a good idea. If I don't know, then refinancing is not a good idea until I know I'm going to stay in the house a while. And my guess is it's going to be somewhere around a 2-year break even for you in that situation. I'll be a little off one way or another. It might be 2 years and 3 months. It might be 1 year and 9 months, but it's somewhere in that range of the break even. And that's what you want to do, is hit the break even analysis. Brett is in Sacramento. Hi, Brett. How are you?
Hey, Brett. Hey, Dave. Sorry, a little nervous.
No problem. How can I help?
I had a quick question regarding my parents and FPU. I've been wanting to take FPU for the past couple months, and I think it would be really helpful to get my parents involved to make it kind of a family thing. And I've tried to get them to check out the money makeover, and they were not really receptive, or they just kind of ignored it. And what would your guidance be in regards to getting them kind of on board and to join me to do FPU?
How old are you?
I'm 29.
And do you live with them?
No, I do not. No, I live on my own.
Okay. And so, so you guys have your own separate households, obviously, and your own separate set of decisions. There's certainly nothing weird about you taking FPU without them. And then coming back later and saying, hey, I bought you this because I went through this class and I really like it, and I want you to give it a try. The only thing I can think is if you said, hey, Mom and Dad, I'm going to go through this class. Would you go through it as a favor with me and tell me what you think about it as we're going on? I'd like to get your input on it, which is tricking them, really. It's not really the truth. You don't really want their input. So it's quite the opposite. But anything you can do to get them to come, or maybe just get them to come to the first class with you to check it out.
Okay.
But if they're super resistant, then you need to probably back off and let them come to it of their own accord. And what you can do in those situations, if they're super resistant, is just start talking about the stuff you're doing. Don't ever talk about anything they're doing wrong. But just like Dad, your credit cards are stupid, or leasing your car is stupid. Instead, just go, I got all my credit cards paid off. I cut them up. I don't have any credit cards anymore. I got my student loan paid off. Man, I'm so excited. And just talk about how you're winning, and then you might interest them into asking you, how'd you do that? And, wow, I'd like to check that out too, or something like that.
All right. So lead by an example is essentially the
exactly. I mean, I've had friends that lose weight and get in shape, and I always want to know how they did that. They always inspire me.
Mm-hmm.
And so even if there's somebody I don't necessarily follow other stuff they do, but in that area they're having a win, and I'm curious how they did it. What'd you do to get in great shape, man? You look great. And what'd you do to lose that 125 pounds? I want to know, And it's interesting to me that people start winning in their lives. And most people are inspired by other people winning. And sometimes that sucks them into that, they want to get involved and they want to start winning too. So, yeah, lead by example first. Unless you want to just try to get them to come to the first class, most of the coordinators will let you bring a guest in for one class and let them sit in and see what's going on before they decide what they're going to do. They can't go through the whole thing free and audit it, but they can just come in and sit in one day and one of the lessons and watch and see what's going on. Hey, thanks for the call. We appreciate you joining us. Open phones at 888-825-5225. We're glad you are here. You jump in and we'll talk about your life right in front of you. Mark is on Facebook. I've heard that you do not recommend whole life plans. Are there any exceptions to this? No. Whole life sucks. It's the payday lender of the middle class. Stay away from cash value insurance, period. If you're sick and you've got cash value insurance and you're stuck in it, we'll keep it because you can't get any other insurance. But otherwise, we only go with term.
It gets real, it's live, it's really live, local and in motion. Every day on KCAA, the Inland Empire's only live local motion talk. KCAA 1050 AM and KCAAradio.com. Tired of spending too much money on an ad and then trying to find your ad in the newspaper, buried among hundreds, even thousands of other ads? Isn't it time you got a great deal when you were trying to sell that car, that dining room set, that refrigerator, or offering your handyman services? Now you can in the Nickel Shopper. For as little as $7.50 per week, your ad can be seen by thousands of eyeballs in the high desert, and they're getting the Nickel Shopper for free. Call today to place your ad in the Nickel Shopper, 760-646-3654, or go to thenickelshopper.com for all the details, 760-646-3654. The Nickel Shopper, now in the IE.
In the next year,
to any of my friends, family, coworkers, they were just.
This is KCAA.
What have I learned so far? Well, I've learned there's no one right path for everyone. I've learned that without my high school diploma, I could only do so much. My options were limited, very limited. I found a free personalized learning program with Learn for Life that has a flexible schedule so I can keep my job while earning my high school diploma. I found a new career with training opportunities that would jumpstart my future. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I could change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN, the number 4, LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
In the mood for some great Chinese food? Well, Mr. Yu's Chinese Food is where you need to be. Mr. Yu's Chinese Food not only has a delicious dinner menu, they also offer delicious lunch specials including their yummy fried rice and chow mein. But get this, it also includes any 2 items just for $5.85. Or you can get any 1 item for only $4.85. You should also try their Big Bowl special for just $4.10. The service is fast and friendly. Mr. Yu's Chinese Food is located at 256 Carousel Mall in San Bernardino, California. To contact Mr. Yu's Chinese Food, call 909-383-0195. Again, that's 909-383-0195. And yes, the Carousel Mall is still open.
That's right!
Wondering what to do on your Friday drive home? Well, the bar's open and it's happy hour. Join us right here on KCAA 1050 AM on Friday at 3 for Trevor's Happy Hour with Lyle Fenimore. The gang's all going to be there, so dial it in. KCAA 1050 AM Fridays at 3 p.m. right after The Poor Man for Trevor's Happy Hour with Lyle Fenimore. Pour me a tall one. Brought to you by buysellmakeoffer.com.
Thank you for joining us, America. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. We're glad you're here. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Brent is in Louisville, Kentucky. Hi, Brent. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
I want to start by saying that my parents went through FPU in 1996. My wife and I are in it now. You've been a huge blessing to our family. Thank you.
Well, very cool. How can I help today?
Well, my question today is about entrepreneurship. Somebody told me you knew a little something about that. So what I'm learning about myself is that I seem to have an entrepreneurial spirit. I was cutting lawns and doing what I could to make money. I've always been very much into the idea of creating my own money, creating my own work. But then I grew up and I got a real job because that's what I was supposed to do. And what I'm learning is that I still have that fire to sort of be in business for myself, but I have an entrepreneurial spirit, but no entrepreneurial mind. And my question is about what I can do, what specifically you recommend in terms of educating myself on the nuts and bolts of being in business for myself.
Well, the good news is that it's not rocket science. It's not a lot more. There's not a lot more to it than to start a small business than there is to start a lawn cutting company, which of course is a small business. And so obviously you have to have something you're wanting to do, someone you're wanting to serve in some way with a product or a service or something. And you begin, to price that in such a way that you can feed your family. A really good way to try to do something like we're talking about here, we're just talking in concept, is to start something part-time on the side and let it grow to where it's big enough that you can justify leaving the job without leaving your family completely at risk. So that's my favorite kind of small business startup, is something that you just start on nights, weekends, that kind of thing, and you build it up big enough that the boat gets close enough to the dock that it's not much of a jump to make it.
Got you.
So,
so I guess that's. I'm sorry. I guess that's specifically my question, because that's the phase I'm in.
You've already started something.
I guess I'm an independent contractor is how my taxes are filed. I'm an instructor, martial arts and fitness. It's something I've done my whole life. It's something that I dabbled in professionally in my 20s, but that I continue to do on nights and weekends. So I guess the question becomes, taking that from the hobby that's paying me, a little bit of Coke money, to making it something that I can maybe start feeding my family with.
Yeah. So, you need to start really treating it like a business rather than a, quote, side job, and start saying, okay, what do you make, for instance, at your main job now? What's your income?
And my base salary is about $48,000.
Okay, so we got to get this to $35,000 on the side to where you can see it's within reach to get it on up. And so if you make the jump from 48 to 35, knowing that at full time you could probably pick up that other 15 or so, then your family's not going to suffer when you make that kind of a jump. But if you're currently making $6,000 a year at this, you got a ways to go. You got to build this up before you can make that jump. And so you're going to have to get a lot more scientific in tracking the math with what you're currently doing, and then start to think about your pricing model and how we're delivering this service. Is there other things I can do to add to it? Classes where I get a little bit more volume to something rather than just a one-on-one. What other stuff can you do to kind of get this moving, and how many different gyms can you work in? And I don't know how that works, but start to really lay it out and crank out through the numbers, and you'll see it. It'll start to come to you. But I think what's happened here is you kind of woke up and said, you know what, this could be a full-time thing if I got with it, so I need to get with it. So that's how I'd look at it. Hold on, I'm going to send you a copy of the book, Entree Leadership. Plus, we are going to be in Louisville, Kentucky, doing one of our Entree Leadership one-day events, and I want you to come as my guest. I'll be there. The Louisville event is November the 16th, and I'll give you a ticket to that. So hold on, Kelly, a ticket to the Entree One Day and an Entree Leadership book to get started. Our question today comes from Blinds.com. If you need your windows to keep out the August heat as well as the winter cold, then you need to look at insulating cellular shades from Blinds.com. Take your pick of single or double or triple thickness cell shades, and they lower your energy bills, and they look good too. It's affordable. All at Blinds.com. Today's question comes from Adrian in Nevada. She says, should I withdraw my daughter's prepaid tuition of about $8,000 to pay for my HELOC? I owe about $11,000 left at an interest rate of 3.5. Is this a good move? If you can see a way to rebuild your daughter's college fund, yes. So if your daughter is 3 and you make $80,000 a year, yes. If your daughter is 17 and a half and going to school next year and you make $40,000 a year, no, because you're getting ready to use up her college money and she's not going to be able to go to school. So you've got to look at the distance you've got and how can I recoup. At that point, when I do rebuild and recoup the college fund, I'm not going to do it in in prepaid college anyway. I only do college savings in a savings program like good mutual funds inside of a 529, inside of an ESA, to where those mutual funds are going to grow faster than, on average, the cost of tuition. When you buy prepaid, all you're doing is breaking even with the inflation rate of the cost of tuition. I actually want to make money on my money. I don't want it just to be parked and coasting. And when you prepay something, you're parked and coasting. Ralph is with us in West Plains. Hi, Ralph. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Thank you. I had a question for you. I'm 65 years old next month, the end of September, and we have rental properties right now that are bringing in, a couple of them bringing in about $800 a month, and I'm trying to decide whether it is good wisdom to get out from under them, to sell them, or to hold on to them. And of course, I'll have I'm going to work at least one more year to get to 66, so I'll have my full Social Security. And then I have some teacher retirement, and then I also have these houses that, with my wife has health issues, and sometimes we're not, well, most of the time we're not around as much as we should be to take care of those properties, and I was wondering if it would be a good idea to...
What is owed on the properties, and what are they worth?
Well, the properties are probably $50,000, $35,000, $50,000. The two houses that we rent, and our house is paid for. We have no mortgage on it.
Is there a mortgage on the rental properties?
No, we have one that I got money for medical, but it's down to about $18,000. We had about $26,000 in medical bills I had to pay, and I pay on that every 2 weeks. I work at a large company, and I get paid every 2 weeks, and I have a payment goes in on that. It's getting paid down quickly.
Okay.
But
so let's pretend that's not there for a second, and you've got $85,000 worth of rental properties, a 35 and a 50. If you had that in cash right now, would you buy rental properties?
Would I buy rent?
If you had $85,000 in cash in your hand, would you go buy rental properties?
Probably not, because of the health situation.
That's what I thought I heard. I agree. That's what I thought I heard. I like rental real estate. It does have a hassle factor to it, and it requires more maintenance and more watching over than other kinds of investments. And so it might be better at this stage of the game, while you've got these other things you're facing, to sell out of that and put that money in something like good mutual funds and still have a good investment, but just one that doesn't require you mow the grass.
That's what I've been thinking. But here is my fear that goes along with that. With my wife's medical expenses being really, really high, is there a possibility that, well, is it better for me to hold the properties, or is it better for me to have cash that they can,
it's better to have cash to take care of her medical expenses if she's got them. That would be better. But hopefully we're not going to have to face that. I mean, I'm hoping to not liquidate it either way for that purpose.
This is KCAA.
California headline news. The Sacramento native who was one of the American heroes who stopped a terrorist on a French train in August is also a student at Umpqua Community College in Oregon, where that deadly shooting rampage took place Thursday. He's now a contestant on Dancing with the Stars in Los Angeles.
This is a really small community, and just something of this magnitude happening here is just very rare and just unheard of.
Scarlatto's back in Oregon overnight. He likely would have been on campus yesterday had he not been preparing for Dancing with the Stars in Los Angeles. Governor Brown visiting a public hearing in Sacramento to urge Californians to help save the planet from the perils of climate change. The governor warning the greenhouse gases are polluting the air and warming the earth.
We're going to reduce and take fossil fuels out of our lives and out of the economy.
Brown wants carbon emissions cut by 40% over the next 15 years from 1990 levels. 11 book club members engulfed in a storm of controversy when they were kicked off a Napa Valley wine train, seeking $11 million in a lawsuit. Geico weather continued warm in Southern California. Jeff Scott, California News.
What's that sound you're hearing, California? Might sound like a regular train. It's not. It's a savings train. And the lucky people boarding it just switched to Geico and saved money on their car insurance.
All aboard!
Next up, Cha-Ching City. Then on to Blissburg.
Yep, California. That's the sound of savings.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com and see how much you could save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And now, a touching moment. Well, staying in touch with Geico.
It was a warm summer day. I was just sitting on a porch watching a babbling brook roll by. Then, out of the blue, I got an update from my Geico app saying my claim had been processed. I felt so connected to nature, to Geico. I stayed there the whole afternoon until that guy told me to stop trespassing on his porch. Sheesh, what was his problem?
Claim status updates, just a few taps away on the Geico app.
If you like jazz, you'll enjoy getting together with me, Tommy Hawkins, a jazz hawk. Tune into my show, Just Jazz, Saturday nights, 10 to midnight on KCAA 1050 AM.
If you're trying to prevent home foreclosure, you need a law firm with extensive experience representing clients in protecting their homes from foreclosure. The Goodman Law Firm is a nationwide team of mortgage mitigation attorneys that provides legal advice and expertise you can trust. Our nationwide network includes local of-counsel foreclosure attorneys to represent you during the mortgage mitigation process. The Goodman firm has represented homeowners across the nation in resolving their troubled mortgages. We have the experience and the knowledge you can count on to best represent your interests. The banks have attorneys fighting to protect their interests, and so should you. Call the Goodman Law Firm at 888-800-6030. Take control of your mortgage situation today. Contact us at 888-800-6030 or through our website at arnoldgoodmanlaw.com.
We found the problem with your car.
And
Turns out the carburetor differential modulator is out.
what?
And while we were digging around in there, this thing fell off.
Stop. There's no automotive repair nightmares at Diego Martinez's 5-Star Automotive in San Bernardino. 5-Star Automotive, where you'll get a great experience, and home of the $15.99 oil change. That's right, just $15.99. They specialize in transmissions, brake repair, AC, and many other repairs, all with a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. Diego knows when your auto needs 5-star attention, it's never convenient. He offers a 12-month interest-free auto repair loan on major auto repairs with no money down. He'll even throw in free towing and a 10% discount for his neighbors in the 909 who work for the city and county of San Bernardino. Call 909-387-0770. That's 387-0770. Your neighbors at 909 West 2nd Street in San Bernardino.
Larry Burnett here, inviting you to join me for Open Season, Fridays at 6 p.m. right here on KCAA. It's three guys dropping gloves, tackling issues, and swinging for the fences. Great sports talk right here on KCAA AM 1050.
Fight against all cancers in your community at the Believe Walk, presented by Stater Brothers Charities and Inland Women Fighting Cancer, Sunday, October 4th in Redlands. Text CARE to 80077, and a $10 donation will go directly to the Believe Walk to further the fight against cancer in your community. Donation terms, mgive.org/T. For more information, go to BelieveIE.com.
Hey, this is Steve Sanchez, and do you know in 2007, I went off to the doctor for a basic checkup, and he informed me, Steve, you got plaque built up around your heart, and you're going to need stents. I informed him, with no offense, doc, I need a second opinion. I go off to a naturopathic doctor, and he introduces me to something called Zango. It's a juice made of the whole mangosteen fruit. You know, the mangosteen fruit has been used for centuries for healing. So, hey, what do I have to lose? I tried it. 3 months later, I go back to my cardiologist, no plaque, no stents, and I'm proud to say 7.5 years later, I'm stent-free. I want to turn you on to Zango because it's the only true 100% mangosteen fruit juice. It's patented. In fact, the Mayo Clinic is paying attention because they're doing an extensive study because they cannot ignore all the testimonials around the world. I want to give you a free sample of the Zango juice today. Simply call 888-309-5656. That's 888-309-5656 for your free mangosteen juice sample today from the company called Zango.
For more local radio every day, listen to KCAA.
In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Justin and Mary are with us. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey,
Great.
Dave.
We're great.
We're super excited to be here.
Well, we're honored to have you. Welcome, welcome. Where do you guys live?
Detroit, Michigan.
Very cool. Was that a bit of a drive or a fly down?
We made a trip out of it driving down.
It's a long drive with three pretty ladies.
It was
three
worth
little
it.
pretty ladies, four pretty ladies total. So tell me your daughters' names and ages.
This is Alice, and she's 9. Hazel, 7. Nora, 5, and 1 on the way.
Oh, all right. Very cool. So how much debt have you guys paid off?
$110,000.
Way to go. And how long did that take?
1,086 agonizing days. It was about 36 months.
I love it. That's fabulous. And making what kind of money during that time?
We started out at $82,000 with some raises, bonuses, international pay, extended business trip pay, and then some a whole lot of overtime. It was up over $100,000.
Way to go. Hard work, huh?
Yeah.
So what kind of debt was the $110,000?
It was our house.
Oh, you paid off your house.
We did. Yep.
Yay! How old are you two?
I'm 39.
37.
And you're not even 40 and you got a paid for house. You're officially weird. I love it. What's this house worth?
Probably around 150, 160.
Well, way to go, you guys. You don't even have a house payment. That is wild. What in the world happened 36 months ago that made you decide to go on this journey?
Well, Dave, we had a feeling of hopelessness. As followers of Christ, we have hope for our eternal security, but it was the bottom of the mortgage crisis, and our house was upside down. We couldn't sell it if we wanted to. We couldn't refinance, and with some work and some paying it down, we were able to refinance. And as I just continued to stare at that mortgage payment and the balance, I just got sicker and sicker of seeing it. And the Bible says hope deferred makes the heart sick. And I felt hopeless. And so we had already gone through the first 4 baby steps, but gotten a little lazy at that point. So at this point, I put together some numbers, and I told Mary we could pay it off in 40 months. And she agreed to it, and we did it in 36, just under 36.
Way to go. Very cool. So, Mary, when you're looking at him, he's coming up with this, you're going, this is doable, or did you kind of go, you're a little crazy?
I was excited about the idea, but I was nervous about the actual implementation of it. Could we really do it? Could we follow through and stick to it? So.
So how many times did you fall off the wagon in the 36 months?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, I think we met our goal every month of what we were working towards.
You guys are very precise people, yeah.
Dave, something I did, I really wanted some motivation in front of our eyes every day, every month, every week, as we were going through this. And so I made a puzzle.
I didn't want a giant thermometer in our house forever.
Yeah.
And I wanted this to be a reminder for us to see as we go through it, and even when we're done, 10, 20, 100 years later, the reminder of what we had done. And so I found this great picture. It says, keep out of debt. And it's engraved on a rock, a huge rock. And so every piece was about $200, and as we paid off the mortgage, we added pieces to the puzzle. And, it helped us to stay focused. The big thing for me, it reminds me in Joshua chapter 4 when the Israelites crossed the Red Sea, crossed the Jordan River on dry ground. God told them to take 12 rocks from the bottom of the riverbed and set them up as a memorial to forever be reminded of what God did for them and of his mighty power. And this is our memorial stone. We didn't do this ourselves. God helped us to do this.
Well, very cool. That is awesome. Yeah, you need a little milestone there, a little marker. That's good.
And it gave our girls something to be an active part of putting the puzzle together and getting excited each month of how many pieces we were putting on. And
very cool.
They kept us on task.
I bet.
We're only putting 10 pieces on this month? Come on, Dad.
Oh, that's great. So how many pieces total was it?
513.
Okay, all right. Way to go. That's fun. That's a good way to keep up with it without a thermometer on the refrigerator door. Yeah, it's a good little deal. And so you're going to frame that now and keep it. That's your debt-free rock.
Yep. It's hanging on the wall. It will hang on. We brought it with us, but we'd like to get you to autograph it, and we'll hang it on the wall.
I would be honored to. That'd be neat. Yeah, very fun. Well, congratulations, you guys. Very well done. Not even 40, and your house is paid for. Wow! I love it. Justin, Mary, Alice, Hazel, and Nora, Detroit, Michigan, $110,000 paid off in 36 months, making $82,000 to $100,000. That's their last debt, house and everything. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
Can I say one more thing? Sorry,
yes, sir.
Dave. So through this process, we wanted to make a big deal out of it. And so we went to the bank in person to pay off the debt. And we took a stack of money. You know, the kids were holding the money. We got pictures of them holding it. And so they could see what we were paying off, what we were accomplishing. And we took a giant check with us to the bank, like a Publishers Clearinghouse size check. And the kids are holding signs that say we paid it off. We paid it off on the 4th of July, or the day before, because the bank was closed. But Independence Day, celebrating our freedom. Perfect. So, yeah.
That's fun. Was the banker freaking out?
They were. We gave them advance notice that we were coming. So.
Well, that's fun. All right. Count it down, guys. Let's hear your debt-free scream.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're debt-free!
Way to go, you guys. Oh, that was a great one. Yes. I love it. That's how it's done. Man, that's amazing. Open phones as we talk about your life and your money. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. The phone number is 888-825-5225. Vicki is in Phoenix. Hi, Vicki. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Dave?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Dave, I have a question. I want to say I am on baby step number 4, have the emergency fund on there. My question to you is, I'm kind of in a bind. I don't know if to start paperwork on my husband's citizenship, or do I dump that money into starting to purchase a house, because I haven't started that yet.
Well, which one would you rather have?
Well, I want both. I just don't know what.
I know. Which one do you want first? I would probably get the citizenship out of the way, personally.
Correct.
And then and then I would be saving up for a house. And if you want to put your retirement on hold on baby step 4 temporarily till you knock out those 2 rather big expenses, then that's okay. It's a temporary thing. We call it baby step 3B when you're saving up for a house. That sometimes people put their retirement on hold a little bit until they save up a down payment after they finish their emergency fund and are debt free.
Yeah. Well, I kind of am forced to put money towards my retirement only because it's taken out. I'm employed with the state, so it's an automatic 15% that needs to go towards my retirement.
Oh, you can't stop that?
No, that gets taken out of my gross.
No matter what?
No matter what.
Okay. Well, you don't have a choice then.
Right.
So, now you're saving, you're saving first to take care of the citizenship issue, and then you're saving like crazy to take care of the house.
Okay.
And that's the order I would do it in, but if you have a reason to do it otherwise, I don't think we put a house in front of his citizenship.
Right. I just wasn't sure because I got to step number 4, and I saw that step number 2 was pay off all your debt except the house. And when I got to step number 4, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have a house to pay off in step number 6,
Yeah, I got you. Well, you will have, and you'll be right on track. Now, do you have a copy of the book, The Total Money Makeover?
I do not.
Okay, it explains all of that. Let me give you a copy of it. I'll have Kelly ship that out to you. So hold on, I'll have her pick up. We'll give that to you as a gift. We appreciate you listening in Phoenix. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. I announced that any of the current presidential candidates that are of the main bunch anyway are welcome to come on the air and talk to you like regular people. Governor Perry came on a few weeks back, and we heard from Ben Carson. He'll be with us on Wednesday. So Dr. Carson will be with us. Looking forward to having a conversation, not a stump speech, from him.
Larry Burnett here, inviting you to join me for Open Season, Fridays at 6 p.m. right here on KCAA. It's 3 guys dropping gloves, tackling issues, and swinging for the fences. Great sports talk right here on KCAA AM 1050.
Fight against all cancers in your community at the Believe Walk, presented by Stater Brothers Charities and Inland Women Fighting Cancer, Sunday, October 4th in Redlands. Text CARE to 80077, and a $10 donation will go directly to the Believe Walk to further the fight against cancer in your community. Donation terms, mgive.org/T. For more information, go to BelieveIE.com.
This is KCAA.
What have I learned so far? I've learned that there is no one path that's right for everyone. I've learned that without my high school diploma, I can only do so much. My options were limited. I found a free personalized learning program with Learn for Life that is a flexible schedule so I could keep my job while earning my high school diploma. I found new career training opportunities that would jumpstart my future. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I can change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN4LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
We found the problem with your car.
And
Turns out the carburetor differential modulator is out.
what?
And while we were digging around in there, this thing fell off.
Stop. There's no automotive repair nightmares at Diego Martinez's 5-Star Automotive in San Bernardino. 5-Star Automotive, where you'll get a great experience, and home of the $15.99 oil change. That's right, just $15.99. They specialize in transmissions, brake repair, AC, and many other repairs, all with a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. Diego knows when your auto needs 5-star attention, it's never convenient. He offers a 12-month interest-free auto repair loan on major auto repairs with no money down. He'll even throw in free towing and a 10% discount for his neighbors in the 909 who work for the city and county of San Bernardino. Call 909-387-0770. That's 387-0770. Your neighbors at 909 West 2nd Street in San Bernardino.
1050 AM. Don't forget that number. And for you young people who got here by accidentally fat-fingering your FM band selector, we're an AM radio station. And AM refers to more than just the time of day.
Thank you for joining us, America. Stephen is with us in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Hi, Stephen. How are you?
Doing good, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can I help, sir?
Well, I have a question about your baby steps for a college student. Right now, I'm a senior and undergraduate, and I plan on going to graduate school after this year. And I have a pretty good amount of money saved up, and I have no debt at all. And I was wondering, should I go ahead and invest that money, or do I save it for when I get out of school?
I would hold it to I call it your insurance policy to ensure that you graduate and that you graduate debt-free. I don't want money to get in the way. The best investment that you can make is in Stephen. And that graduate work, assuming it's a program that is gives you a marketable skill, that graduate work is the best investment you can make. What are you studying?
Right now I'm doing biology, and I'm applying for medical school.
Oh, well, that's definitely a return on it. How are you going to pay for that?
Well, I actually have a scholarship from the government that's going to pay for all of my schooling, and then they're going to give me a monthly stipend of $1,500.
Military?
No, it's called Indian Health Services, and it's for Native American students.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Good for you. All right. Well, and how much money do you have saved, sir?
$25,000.
Very good. Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to park some of that in mutual funds, because I don't think that, this program paying for your tuition is going to go away. I don't think it's something that has any risk of just disappearing suddenly. Or is there anything you can do to lose your eligibility for it?
Not really. I mean, no. I mean, if I go out and get in trouble with the police or anything, as long as I don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not grades based or anything like that then.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want to have some of that sitting in some mutual funds, some low key mutual funds, and some of it sitting in cash, that's fine. But before I would just say the number one thing is to get out of school and get out of school debt free. That's the number one thing. And I'm more concerned about that than whether you're making 1% in a money market account on $25,000, or whether you're making 10% or 12% in a good mutual fund on $25,000. That's not going to change your life. Going and finishing med school will change your life. You see the difference?
Yes.
So this is an insurance policy first. It's an investment second. So don't do anything that really puts the money at some kind of big-time risk. So if you want to put half of it in a money market and half of it in some mutual funds that have a long, stable track record, stuff like a growth and income type fund, that's something you could look at. Thanks for the call. Adrian is in Eugene, Oregon. Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Hi, Dave. It's really great to talk to you.
You too. What's up?
Well, my husband and I just paid off our student loan debt last November, and we were in between baby 1 and baby 2. Now we're in between baby 2 and baby 3. And my parents-in-law bought a house in our town so that we'd have room for our family to grow. So we have a really great rent with them and a good contract and everything, and it's a really good situation. But they're wondering if we're interested in buying the house. And we have our emergency fund, and again, no debt, but we don't have a lot of capital on top of that, and we're, of course, expecting a baby, so we're setting aside money for that. And we want to buy a minivan because that's a lot of people to fit into a sedan. So we were just wondering from you, it's a really great time to buy a house, and we would have a really great, obviously, a relationship with his parents such that we could get the house for a good deal, and we wouldn't have to pay a realtor and all that. So I kind of wanted to know your take on that, what you thought would be a wise decision.
Well, we've got to map this out in such a way that there's no debt. So first the baby comes, and there's no trouble before we do anything. Okay. I don't want you buying a minivan, having no money, and have a baby, and then there's a little bump in the road and you needed some cash. Mm-hmm. So first thing is baby's delivered safely, soundly, mommy's home, everybody's good. Then we've got some cash above our emergency fund saved that can either go towards the buying of a van or the buying of a house. And I really don't care which. If you're willing to suffer a little bit with the sedan so you can get the house closed, that's probably preferable. I'm probably putting houses in front of cars. But but you might argue that, given you're the mom hauling around 3 little kids. So, that's how you've got to decide, what you've got to decide, how you got to look at this. So, but above the emergency fund and above debt-free and above baby coming home safely, then you put either the car or the house, and as soon as one of them's done, then you start saving to do the next one. I want you to do both. It's just which order you decide to do them in.
Right.
Is that logical?
And then go ahead.
Go ahead. Is that logical?
Yeah, it is. We've been looking at the baby steps too, and we're just like, okay, so we should be saving such and such for retirement now. And my husband's getting antsy. He's got some good money in the IRA already, but but we've been trying to figure out.
Yeah, you finish baby step 3, and then after you finish baby step 3 is where you upgrade cars and couches and make the decision to buy houses and that kind of stuff. And if that delays retirement 1 more year or something, that's not the end of the world.
Okay.
I don't want to put retirement on a shelf forever. But you guys are a young family. You're getting started. You're laying a solid foundation. You got a house on a 15-year fixed where the payment's no more than 1/4 of your take-home pay. You got a good, solid car. You got your emergency fund in place. The kids are all healthy. You got a good foundation then to start your investing from. But if you start investing and you don't have a decent car, you're going to turn around and you're going to get a car. And if you don't watch, you're going to throw yourself back into debt because you're going to have a moment of weakness.
Right.
And I just don't want to set you up for that. I want to set you up where we cash flow our way through this. And if that pushes off retirement savings just a little bit, then so be it. But it's just a little bit. It's not long. Thanks for the call. Cody's with us in the Tri-Cities. Hi, Cody. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Better than I deserve, sir. How can I help?
Well, I was just wondering a question on opening my own business. A little background story. My wife and I are in baby step 2 right now, but it got put on hold because we have our first baby due in about a month.
Yay!
And thank you. And pretty much I'm doing everything I can to make any more income. I work a full-time job, and then I also deliver pizzas at night. And I'm trying to figure out, I want to start making a closet business, a custom closet business, and I haven't started it yet, and I just don't really know where to start. I don't know as far as when I need to pay taxes, like how much money I need to make, and before I pay taxes is kind of the first question.
Mm-hmm. You have customers lined up?
I do not yet. It's something, like I said, I really don't know where to start, and it's right now it's just an idea.
Okay.
I know
and
some people that
you know how to do the work?
interested.
Do you know how to do the work?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I did it for my son's nursery, and I really enjoyed the work. I've been handy. I've had a few jobs where I've had to do physical labor where I can't do the work yet.
Gotcha. Here's what I would do. I would open a separate checking account under a DBA. It's called Doing Business As. And it's Cody so-and-so, DBA, Doing Business As Cody's Closets, or whatever the name of the company is. Okay?
Okay.
And it's just under your Social Security number. Then, if you go get some business, someone pays you to do the closet, you take that, any money you make in the business, only in the business, you put into this account. The only thing you pay out of this account is expenses associated with the business. You don't pay anything out of the account except that. And so if the business income is going into the account and the expenses for the business are coming out of the account, by definition, what's left in there is called profit.
Okay.
It becomes a profit and loss statement for you. Then what we did when we were starting our business was we had a rule that if we took money out of the business account to, quote, bring it home, we set aside a fourth of whatever we took out to pay taxes with. Okay. If you make more than $640 in a quarter, you are required to do quarterly estimates on your business, file income tax quarterly and pay into as if you were doing your own withholding. And so if you made a profit of $10,000 in a quarter, you're going to have a quarterly estimate of $2,500 or so.
Okay, that's kind of what I was curious, how much money I had to make in order to be paying taxes.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
you'll pay taxes on every dime of profit eventually, but you're not required to file it until year end unless you make more than $640 in a quarter. And then you're required to file quarterly estimates. And you can get a tax person, a CPA. Jump on DaveRamsey.com and click on the ELP for CPAs, and they can help you set that part up. But keep the money separate, and when you take it out of the business account to bring it home, set aside a fourth of it so you've got the money for taxes when you file your quarterly estimates. That puts this hour of the Dave Ramsey Show in the books.
The Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce's 19th annual Vintners Dinner Celebration takes place Friday evening, November 13th at the Ontario Convention Center. The evening will feature great restaurants, caterers, and wineries of the area, a silent auction, and live music. This will be the event of the year. Reservations are required. Contact the Chamber at 909-987-1012, 909-987-1012, or ranchochamber.org.
This is KCAA Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of buysellmakeoffer.com, where you can post a video about items you have for sale. Sign up now. It's free.
I'm Stephanie Shelton, CNBC Radio. Stocks are now rallying after the morning's job-related plunge. The Dow's up 127, the Nasdaq's up 58, the S&P 500 up 18. That September jobs report, which worried